Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. We have some engagements to tell you about. That's right. Teddi Wright says yes to her boyfriend. He proposed. She said yes. And we're going to get into this story right now. Do me a favor. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals, patreon.com/Dave Neal for behind-the-scenes bonus content. And we have a lot of it this week. Bachelor Rush Hour, the afternoon podcast. Check that out. It's free every afternoon. We're getting a little freaky over on the Bachelor Rush Hour podcast. New fun music, sharing some extra tea, things that don't fly on YouTube, some copyright material. It's all over there. Okay. Let's get into this story. Teddi Wright, Bachelor in Paradise star Teddi Wright, gets engaged. Let's watch the video. We'll read some comments and we'll discuss it. So here it is. It's got thousands of views. She says, "So this is love. I am engaged and feel so blessed to get to spend forever with my best friend. I've been crying for days since it's happened and it still feels like a dream. Can we take a moment for how good my fiancé, OMG, did on the ring? I feel like the luckiest girl in the world. Now let's get me married." Here's the video.
One day, you're going to meet someone who appreciates you for who you are. I mean, there's 7 billion people on the planet. I know one of them is going to climb up on a moon for you.
All right, so there they are, an Adele song, and then here he is. Look at that. Nice 90-degree angle happening on the knees right here. No socks, white shirt untucked. Nice, almost elastic ankle cuffed white pants, completely framed up perfectly, hip to hip, 2 hands on the merchandise. And she says yes, folks. There it is. Crying on a castle somewhere. A brilliant diamond there. I don't know. I'm not a diamond expert. I'm going to call that a circle cut. I don't know. Yeah, actually, the emerald and the... Yeah, shut up. There it is, folks. I'm guessing 2 carats. I'm guessing that's a 2-carat thing. So either way, there she is. And the comments from Bachelor Nation alumni are all positive. Serene says, so happy you found the kind of love you deserve. I'm sobbing. B-Mac says, we love it. Michael A., congrats. So happy for you. Happiness looks good on you. Susie says, OMG, chills. So happy for you, Teddi. So deserving of love and all the happiness. Sending you so much love. And this seems to be the new trend of not necessarily introducing your man until it's official. And I like this. I think Bachelor Nation should be doing this. It's like, oh, you want the publicity to date me? You better put a ring on the finger. Oh, you want me to tag you in a photo? You better put the ring on the finger. I'm a single lady. Okay. All right. Sierra Jackson, OMG, yes. Brittany Galvin, so beautiful. Everyone. Kate Gallivan says, congrats, my angel. Of course, Kate is a sister in Christ to Teddi. Wondering, hey, does he have an Equinox membership? Lindsay Wyndham, OMG, Teddi, yes. And everyone, yes. So there it is, folks. Now, let's go back and review Teddi, because that's what we do. She had a pretty interesting falling out with the show after this past season of Bachelor in Paradise, one of which that involves some conspiracies. We're not going to dive too deep into it because it's Teddi's special day, but explaining the Teddi mystery, she posted this after self-eliminating on Bachelor in Paradise. She says, something I'm proud of learning, leaving environments that are cruel to me and the people around me, sticking to my boundaries no matter how many times people in authority try to cross them. I got to tell you what, I respect the hell out of Teddi for exiting the show when she didn't want to play by their game. And here's what our friends had to say about why Teddi left Bachelor in Paradise. No matter how many times people in authority tried to cross them. All right, what are the boundaries that Teddi set? We'll get into that right now. Here's what Morgan Pop Talks and Zachary Reality had to say on TikTok and Instagram.
Did you know that Teddi was just going to up and leave?
Yeah, so what I was told months ago is that Teddi basically left because the producers told her she was only allowed to be into Andrew. They really wanted her and Andrew and Brandon and Serene as the top 2 couples. And the second that she showed any type of interest in someone else, they were like, nope, you're not allowed to go on a date with Rodney. You have to be with Andrew. And they just apparently treated her pretty horribly. So that's kind of why she left without saying goodbye.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like, and you hate to see this, but if the producers are super mean to you and then you cry, they can just film you crying. It's almost like how a lot of times with celebrities, paparazzi will say horrific things to get a celebrity to yell at them because then they get the footage of an angry celebrity. It's just a real sad what goes on out there. I mean, so what if Teddi wanted to date, let's just say Michael. I know he was with Danielle, but let's say Teddi wanted to date Michael. What's this like love infatuation that they had with her making it work with Andrew?
Okay, yeah, because that was my question. Like, why is Teddi giving up so early? So,
and on a side note, credit where it's due to Morgan's, her eyebrow game on point on a Good Friday. What's wrong with me? On a Good Friday. Today's Good Friday. How old is this? So I called this Good Friday 5 months ago, not even realizing I'd be sharing it on a Good Friday. Oh boy out there, what's going on? Good Friday indeed. Let me know how your day's going. So not much to this story other than to say congratulations, Teddi Wright. Pretty sure she doesn't tag her man in here, which is also a good look, but she tags the maker of the ring. Fine jewelry and engagement rings from the great-great-grandson of Louis Cartier. Natural or lab diamonds, the choice is yours. Legacy, liberated. It's like, oh, can it? It's a piece of rock you wear on your finger so guys won't hit on you at a bar. You know what I mean? Oh, alrighty. But there it is. Okay. Very interesting. So I've got some other fun content coming to you. My next video is going to be Katie Thurston creating an OnlyFans account. We're going to get into that story next, so make sure you're subscribed to be able to watch that. But we're going to go actually jump over to Pilot Rachel and her Q&A. I've also got brand new up on the Patreon, my 31-minute long set from the show I did last month. It took me a while. It took me a real long time to upload this. It was a very large file. Here's a clip for you guys on if I got the first impression rose.
Oh boy.
And these are jokes I wrote just for this show. I've never said them before, and I'll probably never say them again.
All right. We all know The Bachelor right here, but for those that don't, it's when 30 guys compete for one lady's attention. I called it college. And here's the thing. Like I've said this before, I could never be on The Bachelorette. It would really annoy my wife. I feel like when you get home, you know what I mean? Honey, we played new dodgeball today. I don't give a fuck. You know? Honey, I got the first impression rose. I don't see it. I don't really. She's like, are you sure you're not on Love is Blind? What is this?
All right, there. Hey, I added some Curb Your Enthusiasm music. Curb Your Enthusiasm music makes everything funnier. Okay, so anyway, you can go check out that full video on Patreon if you want to support patreon.com/Dave Neal. I'll keep on posting clips for free on Bachelor Rush Hour, the podcast. All right, let's get into the Q&A Pilot Rachel did. When are you and Gabby starting a podcast? She said, Gabby, ready whenever you are. I got to tell you, Gabby and Rachel could be an interesting podcast. They've got different emotions. Gabby's kind of got that loud say anything, and Rachel is kind of like I don't know, like a good wingman, I think. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I just feel like we don't have enough as I'm holding this, as I'm like touching the Game of Roses podcast on my chest, I feel like we don't have enough podcasts that properly represent Bachelor alumni. Like, you know, product you can't travel without. She said her skin and digestion. All right, so then, you know, I love it. No, I love the influencer culture. You do a Q&A, you give some tea, you give some promo codes to make some money. It all goes back and forth. So she shares her vitamins she's using. We know, of course, Rachel is only several weeks off of her breast, what would you call it? Explants? No, not, they aren't explants. Breast, not an enhancement, breast reduction surgery. Wow. There it is, Dr. Dave. Either way, her favorite Starbucks drink, iced brown sugar, oat milk, shaken espresso. That looks delicious. I tell you what, I can't have a sugar addiction. I go with the just grande iced shaken espresso. That's what I've been having with coconut milk, of course. But either way, light ice is important. You don't want them to over ice it. It's like, no, I didn't come here for the ice. I came here for the liquids. I'll add my own ice afterwards. How about no ice? Give me no ice and I'll bring my own ice. To use anything to help you sleep. She's been sleeping horrifically now that I can only sleep on my back. So sleep recommendations needed. Looks like she's got one of those, pregnancy pillow type things. How's flying going? She said, I've enjoyed taking the time I needed off, but so excited to get back once I'm healed. Yeah, because I don't think she is hard. And again, I don't know. I haven't had this surgery, but I don't even think she can get above her head with her arms because you don't realize the different muscles that exist that have all been kind of shifted. And, whatever. Again, not a doctor. But I would imagine it would be tough to steer. I don't know, how do you steer a plane and if you can't, use all your muscular functions. Okay. So anyway, but she's a flight, she's a pilot, so she's got to go back into training other pilots. I think that's what pilots do, is they run courses. She says, how do you take care of yourself when stressed? She drinks wine. What are your favorite shows to binge watch? I've been binging Yellowstone and you guys, I'm obsessed. Oh, yeah, Yellowstone's great. Yellowstone is great. Gabby said they'll call their podcast Two Girls, One Champagne. All right, there it is. How about bitches and bubbles? Okay, that's maybe offensive. we're just spitballing here, folks. Okay, so favorite plane to fly. Love the Beechcraft Baron when I was getting my multi. It was the first new plane I felt really good at flying immediately. When she says getting her multi, I'm assuming that's a reference to type of licensing and not to other multis. Does flying ever scare you? She says there was one time when I was getting my commercial license and had an RPM gauge failure, which at the time I thought was my engine failing. I was on a solo flying alone for 6 hours, and when I landed back home, I kissed the ground. Do you get bored flying alone for 6 hours? I feel like I'd be on my phone playing Wordle or whatever the hell some game is, just kind of, you don't have cell phone service. You're just trying to fly around a cell phone tower. I don't know. I mean, can you see anything? Okay, advice to the new Bachelorette. She says, do the literal exact opposite of what I did and you will be golden. But in all seriousness, so excited for Charity and can't wait to watch her journey. Yeah, Rachel, don't be too hard on yourself. I think she's got a great sense of humor about how it all went down. Are you doing a Q&A with your surgeon? She says, would this be helpful for you guys? We were talking about doing a TikTok live so he can answer your questions. I would love to hear, just out of curiosity, from her surgeon. What Harry Potter house are you? She says, I'm a Gryffindor because I love attention, but I would only date the boys in Slytherin house besides Cedric Diggory Obvi. Did I pronounce that right? I feel like everyone wants to be a Gryffindor. Is that the best looking? I feel like everyone's like, I'm a Gryffindor. No, Hufflepuff gang. Hufflepuff. Folks, this is where it's at. If it weren't for the Hufflepuffs, we'd all be it'd be an evil world. All right, don't get your all Slytherin. I mean, who wants to be a Slytherin? Just from my sake, aren't all Slytherins just like a sort of narcissistic a-holes? I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't want to ruffle your feathers over there. That wouldn't be the Hufflepuff thing to do. Okay. Anything else? I brought any. Someone said. And we'll do this as the last one. I broke up with ex 2 months ago. Is it okay to reach out to ask to hang out? She said, please don't ask me questions like this because 2 weeks after a breakup, I'm screaming, crying, and throwing up trying to contact them again. YOLO, you only live once. So Teddy says yes, Rachel's Q&A, and up next, Katie's feet photos. It's a free-for-all Friday over here in Bachelor Nation News. Don't forget, every afternoon, Bachelor Rush Hour, the hit podcast. We'll have a fun, weird one today. And if you looked at my Instagram stories, I posted that we're having a tough time with the dog. He's his back legs are just giving out. He's an elderly basset hound. So we're taking recommendations if anyone has any wheelchair recommendations for our older dog. And we're going to end the YouTube videos a little early today and take the dog to the beach. We have a nice little beach cruiser wagon. We're going to take him to the beach so he can have a good day. And I encourage everyone to have a great weekend. We'll be back with more content right after this.